Hello and welcome again to Backpage. I'm Jody Seay, and today we're visiting with Caroline Miller about a couple of books that she has written. And so welcome to the program here.
Thank you, Jody.
This one is called Heartland, and I thought it was fascinating how you did this. You created the story from people going through photographs after the death of the mom.
The mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did this idea come to you?
My dad is an Indiana Hoosier boy, and so I sort of knew about the Midwest during that period. And then I had this collection, and I could see that they were connected, that each time the boy had an adventure, there was a growth. And then I thought, but I've got to stitch this together. And so I came up with the vehicle of the funeral and going through the photocopy after the fact as a sandwich for the short stories.
So how long did it take you to put it all together?
Well, I wrote the short stories over a number of 2 or 3 years, maybe more. I'm so young I don't like to think about it. But once I decided to put them together and stitch them together, it just went, you know, like a charm.
When you first sit down to write a book, the canvas is so huge. You could go any way with it, and yet everything in the book has to move the story forward, you know? So like Dorothy Parker said, sometimes you have to murder the little darlings, you know, the things that you like, but they're not really serving the purpose.
This is true.
In the story.
Sometimes I fall so in love with my deathless prose, and then eventually it's gone.
Yeah, that's really hard, isn't it? I think.
Oh yeah, you think, oh, what a beautiful sentence, but you know, it doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
Talk to me more about this book. Any of these characters based on people that you know?
Oh boy, no. I'm going to answer it no. They come right out of my head. And the fact of the matter is, if you're alive and you're observing life, you absorb a lot. And of course, I was a tomboy when I was a kid, played a lot with boys. So, you know, I knew how little boys talked, you know. So the truth is, Jody, I don't plot nothing, not a novel. I sit in front of that terrible blank page and see what's in there. So I suppose what comes out is an amalgam of what I've observed and what I've responded to. I'm sure that's true for you and any writer, sure.
I love this photograph too, by the way.
Isn't that neat? But I wanted to at least get this out to the public. It's kind of a Keeler, Lake Wobegon. I mean, it's very light in its touch. It should give the reader some laughs. It does have a serious undertone. It's from the 1939 to 40, just as we're coming out of the Depression and with World War II looming. And I wanted to remind us, heart, land, 2 words, because that's what we are. Americans really are kind-hearted. And so I sort of wrote this book to say, you know, come on, America, we don't have to apologize. Yeah, we do some bad things, but we do an awful lot of good things too.